This is every character confirmed and rumored to appear in the Superman sequel that James Gunn just announced today, Man of Tomorrow. And all I gotta say is, someone cooked here. Cause James is about to gun load on us. And I'm starting to think that Man of Tomorrow is gonna be our first big crossover event in the DC universe because the list of characters is starting to look like a CVS receipt. Plus, I'm gonna sprinkle in some of my theories on some characters that I think are gonna appear and should appear. Cause you know me, if I get a little bit of crumbs, I'm gonna make a 5-star meal. And either way, me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. First and foremost, you better look up and look out. But in case you've been living under a rock like Patrick Star today, James Gunn took to his various social media platforms and just posted this image of both Lex Luthor and Superman with the caption saying Man of Tomorrow in theaters July 9th, 2027, confirming that this is indeed the sequel to Superman that he's been writing that isn't necessarily a Superman 2, but will heavily feature Clark Kent Superman. I love that he did this with legendary comic artists like Jim Lee and Jorge Jimenez, but this also confirms that we're going to be getting the return of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, plus it looks like he's going to be getting his mech upgrade, and if I had to guess, he's probably going to be using the Hammer of Baravia suit for this suit. And obviously, we're getting the return of David Corenswet Superman. But thanks to Nexus Point News, they also gave us some more details on the specific dynamic between those two and also some other characters that we can expect to see in Man of Tomorrow. Because according to them, Nicholas Hoult is going to get to play with some more depth than just 1A, being a D1 certified hater, inciting a conflict between two countries just so he can have an excuse to kill Superman. And we're going to see more layers like onions in different shades and a completely new side to that bald-headed demon, Lex Luthor, who we'll finally get to see in a mech in live action. I used to pray for times like this besides, you know, Superman and Lois and shit. But they're not going to be fighting each other, at least not for the entire movie. They're going to be teaming up, according to Nexus Point News. There's probably going to be some kind of common thread, and they're going to have to reluctantly team up. And I have the exact blueprint for them to follow: Thor: The Dark World and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, where the hero has to team up with the villain to go on a quest to save the world. But on top of that, Nexus Point News revealed that Millie Alcock will be reprising her role as Supergirl, and Jason Momoa will be reprising his role as Lobo, who's going to be making his debut as Lobo in the Supergirl movie. And I think that just makes so much sense depending on the ramifications of the Supergirl movie. And you already know that means we're going to see the goodest boy ever in crypto to complete the super family. But Nexus Point News also revealed that John Cena's Peacemaker is set to have a role in Man of Tomorrow too, which will be the third time we see John Cena's Peacemaker make an appearance on the big screen, first showing up in the Suicide Squad, which was released during COVID. Unfortunately, it was a day-and-date release, so it didn't make much money, and it was a flop, but who cares because we got the spin-off Peacemaker. But then his second appearance on the big screen was in the Superman movie in that small cameo, and now this will be his third appearance on the big screen. And I'm really excited to see what his role could be in this movie. Could it be the QUC, the Quantum Unfolding Chamber? I don't know, but what I do know is having a character like Superman acknowledging Peacemaker and Chris could do so much for his character, and I can't wait to see the dynamic between these two. Now moving on to the characters that are rumored to appear and speculated to appear, and the ones that I want to appear. Immediately when James Gunn made this announcement on his social media, Isabella Merced took to her Instagram, reposted it, and said, "See you soon." And in the comments we had Aaron Pierre, who plays John Stewart's Green Lantern, saying yes indeed with a green heart. I mean, she said see you soon. We can all but confirm that she's going to be returning as Hot Girl, and I need that because she's a hot girl for